From Lisbon, the trade winds passed through the Straits of Gibraltar. Tension was rising. In a few days, they would head for a clandestine coastal rendezvous and finally take aboard the DPs. But where were the DPs? In Germany and Austria, heading for the coasts of France and Italy, the gateways to a promised land.
אחרי שהיינו יחד באזור הצרפתי בגרמניה, בא יום אחד משאיות צבאיות, ונכנסנו למכוניות, סגרו אותנו בברזנטים, והעבירו אותנו דרך כל אוסטריה עד לגבול האיטלקי.
Crossing the border had to be made in secret. The DPs often being smuggled in ex-US Army trucks manned by Haganah men in official-looking uniforms. Everywhere, bribes had to be paid. The rate was a carton of cigarettes, worth $150 for each DP allowed through.
הגענו למרגלות האלפים באוסטריה לפנות ערב, וזה היה בנובמבר, כשזה כבר באלפים חורף עמוק. כל הלילה הובילו אותנו דרך השלג ודרך ההר.
היה צריך לעלות בשלג. השלג הגיע עד הברכיים, הוא לא היה מוצק אלא רך, ושקענו בתוך השלג, היה מאוד קשה ללכת. אני זוכרת שהייתה שם בחורה אחת שממש התקשתה ללכת, והיינו צריכים ממש לסחוב אותה, והיו גם אנשים מבוגרים עם ילדים, אבל זה היה מאוד קשה. וככה הלכנו כל הלילה בשלג ובעלייה.
After crossing the Alps, the DPs moved south through Italy to rendezvous with the volunteer ship. Meanwhile, after a brief stay in Marseille, the trade winds set sail for Porto Venere to pick up the refugees.
היה מאורגן שמרחוק ראו מגן דוד על החוף, זה היה מין קוט כזה של אורות, הדליקו שם.
Just on the shore, on the hill along the side shore, headlights start to come into view. And the headlights are coming in bigger and bigger, more and more and more. And we realize that these are trucks. And from these trucks, they unload these survivors of the Holocaust. And it's all night long.
We put lifeboats over the side and with long hawsers, which is a rope. And they pulled these boats back and forth with people from the shore. And this is the first time I met my people. What I saw was my mother, my aunt, my uncle, my people who had gone through difficult time, and each one of them, as they climbed up the ladder and came over the side, these were the first time I saw DPs, displaced persons. Each one hugged you as they came over, and they said to us, "It's Gemitz Eretz Yisrael. We're going to Israel, to our promised land."
They unload, they get into the rubber boat, pull themselves out to our vessel, climb up the ladder, go down below decks. I'm not allowed to talk to them because they'll be afraid, if they hear English, they'll be afraid that they're caught by the British.
אנחנו היינו מעבר לכל פחד. אחרי כל החוויות שאנחנו עברנו במשך 5 שנים של המלחמה, וכל מה שהיה מאחורינו, לא היה לי, אני מדבר על עצמי, לא היה לי שום פחד, רק רצון. להגיע.
We tell all the people, it's 1,500 to go below decks. You can just imagine how crowded it was. The people are sleeping on bunk beds, so-called. Every row is 20 inches. Every line is 20 inches. And we've got people stuck in there. To get 1,500 people on this small vessel is not exactly easy. I know Yiddish. So I spoke with these people. And of course, it was a devastating experience. And with each one, it's a different Holocaust. Every story you hear is different, wherever they came from, the camps that they were at. It had a profound effect on me I felt very close to them.
הם היו סקרנים, הם רצו לשמוע ממני. אני רציתי לשמוע מהם. והיה קומוניקציה טובה מאוד, עמד שם באנג'ין רום איזה בקבוק ענק של פורט שהם הביאו מפורטוגל, שהוא יין, ועל זה היה באמת, על כוס יין, תמיד נוצר משהו טוב.
I was really lucky that I happened to have been born in the United States and brought up in the United States, because my parents could have just as well met in Europe and gotten married there, and I could have been climbing the ladder that night.
להכיר אנשים שנלחמו נגד הנאצים, והם יהודים, ואחרי המלחמה באים עוד בהתנדבות לקחת אותנו מאירופה לארץ ישראל, בשבילי זה היה דבר יוצא מהכלל. זה החזיר לנו, לי, במידה רבה, אמונה בבני אדם.
היא מצאה חן בעיניי חדווה, אבל היא לא כך הסכימה. אז שבא הרגע הרומנטי, עם הים הכחול, עם הירח.
ואז התנשקנו פעם ראשונה.
As the trade winds sailed further and further east, overshadowing everything was the thought that somewhere out there waiting for them were the ships of the Palestine Patrol.
The Air Force was flying patrols well out into the Mediterranean, and they sent reports back to the Commodore in Haifa, who would brief us if there were any ships notified as coming our way.
A couple of days off the coast of Palestine, an airplane flies overhead. And we feel something, so we tell all the people, it's 1,500 to go below decks. Everything could be closed up, down below decks. Nobody could be on top deck anymore. That's it.
And the airplane comes down on us, reconnoiters us, goes up, comes around, makes a circle, comes back again, and we knew we were spotted.
We were on patrol when we had a report from a patrolling aircraft that a ship some 150 miles away from Haifa was suspect.
The airplane comes, next morning, destroyer escorts. Beautiful vessels. And we don't know what to do. Tell the people sweat down below decks. We're caught. What the hell's the difference? So we tell them, open the hatches, come on up on deck. Well, they come on deck, and they run to one side, and they run to the other, and the ship starts to rock back and forth because they're looking at these beautiful, big destroyer escorts.